opportunity to play and over a length of time. And so we're able to bring out little nuances and make you guys hate this guy. And then the next episode, all of a sudden, you realize that, well, I don't know, he was kind of right, wasn't he? Yeah. Or, well, no, maybe he's not really a racist, sexist pig. Maybe he's just doing that to Stewie, dickhead. I mean, because he's handcuffed, by the way, he can't get out, so he has his own weapon, his tongue, and his quick wit. I can't.
You said it.
I saw him as a quick-witted individual. Maybe his quickness is not as quick as the normal human being,
but you laid the groundwork.
Quick.
You laid the groundwork in 2 episodes that paid off 3 seasons later.
Oh yeah.
You made this guy awesome and hateful, and to the fact that everybody was dying to know when we see Merle again.
That's that's quite true, but I can't blame it all on me. I blame Frank Darabont, and again the creator of The Walking Dead, who was after a brief moment on the show was booted off, and for various reasons. I don't know all the stuff behind why the firing and the reason he was let go and stuff, and kind of out of the blue. It was a surprise to everyone. It was a big surprise to him as well, I'm assuming. But he wrote the entire 4.5-minute monologue on the rooftop prior to my cutting my hand off. And that wasn't even in the script. I was only there for 3 episodes, and he saw the work that was going on and decided, oh no, this cat is too bizarre and crazy and out there to not be on Walking Dead. So he wrote that monologue in a way that it was almost impossible not to bring Merle Dixon back. And if anything could have happened that would have made all the bean counters happy, Merle Dixon would have never come back. But because of the fans, because of you guys, Merle Dixon.
They left it open, clearly to bring you back.
Clearly left it open, but if it wasn't for the fans coming at him all constantly, daily, there was a whole campaign about where's Merle, bring Merle back, we want Merle, all this kind of stuff on the internet. The internet exploded with that kind of stuff. And they kept showing the monologue and all this. And so if it wasn't for the fans, dude, I'm telling you, I really am a little iffy if we'd ever seen Merle Dixon again.
And when did you hear officially that he was coming, or they had firm plans to bring you back in?
Toward the end of season 2. Yeah. Unfortunately, because of that, people in the business are interesting folks. The casting people, the producers, the studios. And they all know, but they don't really know a lot of stuff. They just assumed I was still on the show. They assumed I was a regular on the show or something like that, because God knows I couldn't get a gig to save my life. It's like they all assumed that I was on the show and that I was coming back, like you assumed. But I wasn't getting paid. No, dude, it was like, no, it was 3 episodes. I got paid 3 episodes, that's it. And of course, I was told to keep quiet, deathly quiet, top secret. Don't say anything about cutting the hand off or any of that stuff. And then when I found out I would come back, I was not to say anything at all, ever. I couldn't say anything. And so there I am. I do a little episode in season 2, but even after that, people still assumed I was going back, and yet I was coming back. Now I knew I was coming back, but I still wasn't getting paid before I came back. I wasn't getting any kind of holding fee or hold fee or anything like that. So I was like, what do I do now? How do I make a living, right? So
And then there was some overlap. You had the show, and you don't know when it's the end until you get that script, or they bring you into
well, I
that
didn't know it was
room.
going to be. I knew about 3 weeks prior. Other people knew the day of.
Really?
Yeah. What did that say? I don't know. It's kind of
That they don't trust them.
that they don't something like something. I don't know. But I had a very nice exodus. You know, I mean, they told me, and then I had another week. It ended up being 3 weeks because they had to flip for the weekend because one of the actors that they wanted to bring back was not available, so it became 3 weeks instead of 2 weeks. And so me and the writers really correlated and talked. And
So you did have a conversation about
lots.
redemption kind of stuff.
Didn't even talk about redemption. I didn't care about redemption. I don't care. I didn't care if they felt that I didn't care if the audience liked or disliked Merle. I didn't care if the other actors liked or disliked Merle. The only person that Merle cared about, was my main villain, was my brother. And the only reason that I would let Michonne go was because she's a better fighter. She's a really a great fighter, and it would be advantageous for her to be on my brother's team during this battle, right? And so my job really was to go in and take out as many of the governor's men as possible, and the governor, preferably. But if editing was not so amazingly, just a blatantly bad shot, I would have taken out the governor as well. It's like, how do I not miss the governor at this distance, right? Yeah, the guy walks in front of the bullet. Yeah, right, okay.
We'll cut you some slack because you had one hand. So.
Right. So we sort of figured out that if in fact the zombie attacks me during the actual pulling of the trigger, the bullet, of course, would go around. It wouldn't miss. Yeah. And so we figured it out on set. We were like, okay, how about this happen? And so we shot it that way, yet the editors edited it the other way. And I just like, sometimes as an actor on one of these shows, you're like, you shake your head and you go like, what are they thinking? You know, they're not even on the same page. Things happen. You change lines on the moment. Oh God, this line's not working, let's change it. Oh, then that changes the whole motivation sometimes. Well, okay, if we do this line, then, that's not going to work, but let's just drop that aside and go with this scenario. But it does not get back, that does not translate into the editing room, where they already have and are already editing the original script that we got 8 days ago, okay, which has changed completely, okay, from when we first got the script. So a lot of times I'm not, being really negative toward them because they don't know. They still have the original script. So they're going by the original script, and we've already passed the original script and gone beyond the original script, and they're doing something completely opposite or different, but they don't usually get it.
Well,